people out there in YouTube land? This your boy, the Incredible Man, and yes, I am back at it again, and this is Beastars chapters 153, 154, and 155. I'll try to squeeze all of them in there, and this is chapter 153, Howl of the Losing Dogs, a Fine Melody. Let's get into it, man. Oh, Legacy. It's a full moon tonight. That explains the good smell. Maybe deep nights happening nearby. Huh? That is a good smell. Though Jack seems to be his usual self, his tail isn't moving an inch. Because we all know that Jack is going through some stuff, man. Jack is on the verge of committing suicide. And I don't like that at all. I don't know, man. That, like, I'm not saying, because I think Paru is just wrote a fantastic story. But I can't say it came out of left field because we don't know what's been going on with Jack since Legacy left. So Jack is probably going through some stuff, but I don't like the fact about him committing suicide, man. During the full moons, I messed around a lot with Khaled, how you want to say it, and pretended to howl. Howls are amazing, Wolves use them to communicate long distance through howling rather than through phones. It'd be nice if I could hear it one day, your howl. See, this just screams like he's gonna go off and do something, man. Jack, did something happen to you? See, Legacy can see. Legacy can see that something is going on with Jack. You look depressed. You're not smiling. How nostalgic. He kind of remembers like when they were kids. Why does Legacy always catch on to me? I think I'm just getting tired of all the special class lessons. Maybe he's being bullied or something. I honestly don't know. The special class, only the top 5 students can be there, right? Is it hard? It's not hard. It's just very unique. Oh yeah. I mean, so I figured Jack is like super smart, but look at all these other people. They feel like they got a different aura to them. Like like the chick on the end feels like she looks down on people a little bit, but then these other two, like right here in the middle, seem like they just hold themselves to higher standards and they think they better than everybody. And Jack and other chicks seem like they're the only ones that's kind of in the same genre, if you will. But these other 3, they feel like they're just so far above everybody else and they're looking down on people and stuff. So that kind of maybe put Jack in a weird predicament, if you will, with these lessons. That's a nice scene, though. That scene looks legit, man. The desks are they're straight in perspective, but they're curved, like when you're angling up. It's nice. That's a nice perspective. All 5 students are dogs. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, now that you look at it, they're all dogs. Okay. Well, it's only natural. In the end, the dog species is the only species that was made to specialize in intelligence, just as our ancestors wanted. We have to study material that even professors haven't been taught. The end of the first Carney-Herbie War. We have a monitor that displays the special class material, and we just absorb all the knowledge. We make a list of important words in our notebooks, as well as we learn real history and how this animal society works. That ain't special, but that seems annoying, man. I mean, because they just realize they put a lot of pressure on these kids at that point. People fail to realize, man, like when you are under immense pressure, man, that tends to do something to you. And especially if he can't really relate or talk to anyone about it. But, Legacy's back now, so he can talk to Legacy. But as soon as we're finished with a depressing and gloomy history lesson, we leave the classroom and exchange smiles and goodbyes. It's like we're robots, only made to accomplish the objectives we're given. That's why dogs are useful species. Jack-kun, see you tomorrow. See you tomorrow. I'm just a part of them. So he feels excluded and not, maybe not too special or anything like that. I know I'm suffering, so why can't I bring myself to hate any of it? Why can't I bring myself to cry and run away from it? Because dogs are made not to feel negative emotions. That's why I've been trying to force myself to cry. Man, oh my gosh. Man, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I've been tormenting myself thinking that Jack is like, trying to kill himself, and he's just a little heartbroken and he's trying to force himself to cry. I've been over here terrified thinking that Jack is trying to commit suicide. Oh my gosh. I've been carrying onions with me, the vegetable the vegetables K9 hate the most, but to me, onions are my salvation. I need to get my feelings back. Jack, stop it. Onions are dangerous for me too. I can't take being a Labrador if I can't even cry. At this rate, dogs are going to turn animal society into a dog dictatorship. They're the kind of animals who, when told it's rational, can commit mass murder without guilt. Dogs are scary, and I am too. When you look at it like that, then now you think about it. I mean, because dogs can kill somebody. But if a dog does kill somebody, they get put down. But like you're looking at it from Jack's perspective, no one sees dogs as vicious animals. Even if you got a stray walking down the street, you don't fear a stray dog or anything like that. You just, it's a dog, But dogs can kill you too, man. Dog dictatorship. I don't know about that. I can't imagine dogs being like that. The reason you can't hate anyone isn't because you're a dog. It's because you're Jack. You're Jack. How can you say that? Now he's bawling, his eyes are crying. How can you know that? Because we grew up together, right? Together? No, we didn't. Legacy, you grew up too much and left me behind. Your body grew too much and your heart grew too strong and free. You go to places I don't know of. Whenever I look at you, I'm always reminded of how close yet distant wolves and dogs are. How close yet distant. Okay. How close yet distant. Wait, how am I reading it wrong? Of how close yet distant wolves and dogs are. Okay, I had to slow it down. My ancestors always had great potential for strength. Hey, cheer up. I want you to smile. No. Did he eat it? Damn it, Jack, spit it out. If you're a dog, if a dog like you eats an onion, did he eat it for real? Oh, shoot. I saw him bite it, but I didn't know he was is he going to swallow it? You think I'll listen to you because I'm such a good dog, right? What are you talking about? Your life is in danger. Even Labradors can have a rebellious phase. This is nothing about being rebellious, Jack. Spit it out. I'm going to put my fingers in. Ow. Blee, blee, blee. Get it all out. No. Sorry, you really shouldn't be swallowing onions. They can kill you. Blech. Legacy's long fingers and sharp nails are all the way down my throat. They're filling me with pain and suffering. He's both my source of suffering and my reason to live. He was always like this, always. Legacy is arrogant and strong. Sensei, they're fighting. Hey, what are you two doing? Stop this. Stop this nonsense and get along together with each other. Is that okay? You're like, is it cool? Can we do that? Now that I think about it, I don't think we've grappled with each other ever since we were kids. If that teacher were here now and said the same thing, then I'd give her an honest answer. I will forever. You see? What the heck, you delinquent wolf? You just love making me suffer. So look at each other. Since you opened your heart to me for the first time, I guess I should let you hear it. I don't really do it much because it's embarrassing, but tonight's a special night. I heard Legacy's howl for the first time. And Jack's looking on like, wow, man. You're my coolest ancestor in the world. What would you think of this? Legacy, do you want to know what I'm learning in the special class? That's nice, man. I for a moment I was so worried because the last couple chapters, especially 152, it had me feeling that Jack was gonna commit suicide, man. And it's not so much as that. He just wanted to feel something, like he's been going through the motions. He's not really feeling anything at all. And since Legacy came back and, his whole interaction with Legacy and everything, he's starting to have emotions and feelings again, because before that, he really wasn't feeling anything. He was going to the special class. He didn't really have a connection with those guys or women. He just really wasn't clicking with life in general. And then he feels like Legacy left him behind. But now, Legacy's back. He's howling for him. Jack feels like, he can obtain that back now because, he feels that Legacy is his. They were never really not friends. It's just Legacy had some adult stuff to do, and Jack felt like he got left behind, so he felt like he wasn't really Legacy's friend anymore. And now they have that connection after Legacy howled for him and saved his life after he swallowed the onion. So that was nice, man. Chapter 154, Jack Sensei's history classroom. Okay, so he's going to teach him about what he's learning. The cafeteria is still integrated. We don't need to use it in different times. Everyone was already sitting with their species before the segregation. So, what did you learn from this special class? Is it okay? Is it even okay for me to know? You might not believe the history of animal society, even if I were to tell you. You might not even be able to sleep at night. He put on glasses and everything. Everything I'm going to say is simply too frightening. Okay, what are you going to say? Really? That makes me curious. By the way, what's your height and weight? A little more than 180 centimeters, and weight is, I've lost weight since I started living alone. I think it's 75 kilograms. You have a good body type. Look at Jack. He's so serious. You have a good body type. Yeah. You're very skinny, macho. What do you mean? I'm average? You only feel average because of how things are right now. The animals around us look slender, right? The body type is a phenomenon of modern society, so to speak. The animals of this time period are getting skinnier every year. It's not because of we're young students. The middle-aged animals in society are just the same. What's going on? That makes sense. Golden Son told me he had a beer belly. He isn't fat. Zagan-san said the sea animals, the only chubby grown-up I've ever seen. But carnivores from long ago used to have a lot more fat and muscle. They were really big and savage. A very long time ago, there was a time period where the carnivores were called life animals? Well, because they ate other animals? Oh, so this is like I guess if you could say like early civilization period, like cavemen maybe or whatever, because they're wearing like not cavemen, maybe like Roman Empire or something like that, because they're like wearing like robes wrapped around his waist and shirts and stuff. No, it could be caveman-esque because he's wearing like a bone skull. So I go caveman, and he got a little bitty animal in his palms. The average height and weight were 300 centimeters and 200 kilograms. They were very intelligent and had great camaraderie, meaning they were capable of treating their comrades with compassion, protecting them, and being kind to them. But they were very savage when they fought each other. They always fought to the death. The winner would eat the loser and live on. They were called life animals because they would eat life. They would live only by the strength of their bodies, so population growth was stagnant and the culture was undeveloped. But then they met the nature animals. Okay, so now I'm starting to see where the whole civilization aspect is coming from. The carnivores lived on like the outskirts in the desert and everything like that, in the wild, fighting and only eating and just doing whatever they wanted to, and not really actually growing the population, just running around killing and fighting and just living life. Then they met the nature animals, and the nature animals is what kind of changed the whole perspective and allowed it to be like an actual civilization, right? What we call the herbivores. Oh shoot. Oh yeah, they ran like cactuses and tree bark and stuff like that. Okay, what we call herbivores, then we see that like they're talking to each other, and then the dude lifts up a boulder and everything. What's interesting is that the life animals perceive nature animals as objects for their protection, though it might have been their survival instinct telling them that helping the nature animals would be beneficial to them. So there wasn't any conflict when they first met each other. Yep, that's when animal society first began. The nature animals, who were always very fertile and were thus very prosperous, accepted the life animals and formed an animal society. Over a long period of history, the life animals became more gentle. They got more protein from eating eggs and milk, and they adopted a peaceful lifestyle and became thinner, like how we are now. Yeah, because they didn't really have to survive on their strength alone. They weren't out constantly fighting, having to protect themselves and having to, toughen up, because if they didn't, they were going to be attacked or beat up or killed or something. So they, how do you say, I can't think of the word. or anything that I'm looking for, but like they didn't have to protect themselves like that anymore. So as years progressed down and down and down, the size of the carnivores didn't have to be as big because they weren't fighting constantly or doing anything like that anymore. So they didn't have to bulk up or anything like that. Oh, this school was always focusing on that time period alone and ended it right there. It was the most peaceful time period after all. The scary stuff happened afterwards in the Carney Herbivore War 100 years ago. Yeah, there are always conflicts, big and small, when two different species live together. But that war was so big of a conflict that they invented new monikers for each of them. Monikers, the carnivores and the herbivores. This isn't right. Our population was 3 times bigger than yours, and now our population is the same, and even worse, all our corpses are disappearing. You're using war as an excuse to eat us, you damn carnivores. Please surrender, herbivores. If you keep fighting us, we're going to eat all of you up. I don't want to destroy the civilization we work hard to create. This is a nonsense. This is all nonsense. If you surrender now, we won't eat you. You must let us atone for this from now till the distant future. And then a big whale appeared and stopped the war. Okay, first of all, Jack, I don't know who teaching all this mess, man, but that sounds foolish. But let's keep going. Let's keep going. And then all of a sudden, a big whale appeared and stopped the war. Look at Legacy. That whale was so big that the herbivores stopped taking the war seriously. So they surrendered and the war was over. A big whale, like he's thinking the same thing I'm thinking. Don't smile at me like that. You don't even believe me, do you, Legacy? Geez, I should have never told you. Come on, it's not like that. I don't believe you. It's just you kind of shifted into fantasies. Like you don't believe me? I do. But like to be fair, think about it like this, man. You gotta look at it like, okay, 2 countries are fighting with wars and guns and murder and killing and fire and bombardment and airplanes and everything like that. The next thing you know, a dragon appeared and the 2 people stopped fighting. You telling me a dragon just came in and just swooped up and saved everything? Yeah, but in this case, our dragon was a whale. Man, okay, Jack. I don't know who teaching you this stuff, man. Okay, then we jump down and we see Yafa-san. I might catch a cold. It's hard to believe you're 400 years old with a blow like that. Oh, dude. The whale's real. Oh, my gosh. I didn't believe that. I didn't believe it at all. Oh, my gosh. The whale's real. Your presence put an end to the Carney Herbie War. The world reverence doesn't even describe the amount of respect I have for you. Your sea speak has improved, Yafa. Thank you. My associates are telling me that your words, which stopped the war, would give me a hint necessary for this animal society. What did you say? Can you still not tell me? The land animals are immature. They're always fighting. They have to coexist more peacefully before I can tell you. Is that right? Consider this summit meeting adjourned. Okay, is that right? In that case, consider this summit meeting adjourned. Dude, I did not take Jack serious. But you know what? That might be why the whole society kind of just went back into turmoil again and everybody's feeling this type of way because nobody really knows about the whale. Jack is, his whole class, and I'm pretty sure some higher ups in the country and everything know about the whale because we know that Yafa-san knows about him and everything. So I'm pretty sure higher ups, and probably not too many, but a couple higher ups, Yafa and the kids in the special class that Jack is in, but like people in higher standing society, maybe like the president and like a council and the world council and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure they know about the whale, and like people ancestors probably know about the whale. But dude, that's probably why, because don't that many people know about the whale, and Jack just told Legacy the story, and Legacy doesn't believe it. I mean, I didn't believe it, and I was reading the page, and I should have had more hope and faith. I mean, because Paru's a genius, so I should have had more hope and faith. But that's probably why, like, the whole society is kind of in shambles now, because there's this story about the whale stopping the Carney Herbie War, And kids don't know this. You have to be in a special class to actually know this. That's something that they should be teaching everybody. I understand why they don't, but that's something they definitely should be teaching everybody. Chapter 153. How much time we got left? We got enough time. Chapter 155. The yoke forever in our heart. Okay. Bill, you will be the next club president. Really? Huh? What the? I mean, I know I put a lot of troubles on you. This is so sudden. Why me? Is there any reason for this? Little senpai looks on. It's been a month since he graduated. His voice was so small I couldn't hear a thing. Bill, I just thought about our last date. Oh, Bill out here squeezing a little booty. I see you, Bill. I see you. Bill trying to be a player. I see you. But seriously, why did he choose me? Sorry, I gotta go. There's still time before the club. I'm the president now. I have to take care of lots of stuff. It's clear that I'm carnivore dorm kitchen. It's clear that I'm not suited for it. You're still pestering me to the very end, right, Mr. Dean Senpai? Okay. I'll have a light snack before then. I'm not righteous like Aoba or attractive like Peanut, and even not strong like Legacy. So he's eating the egg over his noodles or his ramen. Oh my gosh. He just cracked it, and dude, a chick poured out. Oh my gosh, man. Well, a dead chick anyway, shoot. Yeah. And he gasped, and somebody's looking on him. Is this for real? A shock egg? Shock eggs, in case you didn't know, shock eggs are fertilized eggs mixed up in school. So as unfertilized eggs is a very rare case. Hence the name happened mostly due to private circumstances from the laying of hens. Yeah, I mean, it's very rare, but I've actually seen one time in my entire life. And it's a weird, creepy thing, man. I'd never want to see another one in my lifetime. Bill, frankly, I don't care that you drank small animals' blood to pump yourself. Unlike Legacy, I never expect you to have good morality in the first place. I won't be the same as you. That's Legacy. He's thinking he won't be the same as Legacy. Am I allowed to eat this? Let's sort it out. Bill the Bengal tiger, eating meat is a felony, but carnivores like us still have to provide ourselves protein with eggs and milk, right? What about this? Is this safe to eat? Am I allowed to do that? Shiver, shiver. But then it's going to die anyway. Adding this to the soba will make it taste much more delicious. Lewis Senpai. But this is really who I am. I'm so weak at containing myself from pleasures. I'm good at excuses and never take anything seriously. I am just a meat-loving, filthy cat. Whoa. This is the first time I've seen a shock egg. Peanut would appear. It would be Peanut. Peanut just appears out of places from time to time, man. You going to eat that? Very bold of you. Peanut, why are you here? Since when? The herbivore dorm kitchen was full, so I borrowed this place. I always make tea before going to the club, Eat it if you want. It's a super rare soba bowl. I'll just stand here and watch. Maybe I'll learn something. Riz son went to the juvie because he ate his classmate. And here you are eating a baby, but can carry on living a peaceful school life. Well, this world is truly unfair. Think about it like that, because sure, it's a shock egg and it will die. But you can't eat that, man. You can't eat that, Bill. Nobody should have to tell you these things. I won't eat this, of course. I won't eat that, of course. Then let's save the baby. Save him. Isn't that already too late? We'll have to do the best we can. For now, let's get a thermos and some warm water. House infirmary. There's an uproar about a chinchilla being stepped on by a rhino. I can't even get in. Ooh, that poor chinchilla. I feel so sorry for the chinchilla. Really? Accidents happen a lot during season changes. Oh no, it's getting weaker. Info on the net is limited. Looks like only warming up is enough. Seems so. The only animal knows how to deal with this is Aoba. Guys, why do I feel like it's staring at me? It looks so happy seeing its mom. Feather warmth is really the best. So cool. Who do you call mom? First of all, damn it, I can't even move in this state. We had no choice. You're the only bird we can count on. That doesn't mean you could just suddenly call me and sorry for shaking you. See, it's getting better. Don't worry, they're there. Isn't it good, Bill Senpai? Huh? What? Looks like that baby is finally saved. Well, Aoba Senpai, please keep being a good mom for us. What the heck is so painful? As the baby began to get better, I felt more guilty. You see, I love the fact that Bill is starting to realize that, maybe eating meat is not all of it's cracked up to be, especially not, like live meat like that. There's nothing wrong with going to get some meat from the store or something like that. Well, they're not selling meat like that, but you know what I'm saying? Like from the back alley market, there's nothing wrong with it like that. It's already been dead or somebody else killed it or something. But obtaining it yourself and eating live animals is something completely different. And I'm glad he's realizing that. I felt more guilty that I had to devote myself. Ioba, I wrote the notes for you. I have some food. If you're bored, I have a manga and games. And bird porn. No need. I want to be with you tonight. I don't even have a choice. So they all stayed. Pina's watching Bill. Bill's watching the birds. So like, is this some kind of anxiety that males have when they start a new family? What are you talking about? Stop saying it as if we're a family. I am really sorry. I can't tell you why. It's maybe rude, but some things are better left unknown. Sometimes I'm even scared of myself, but you are not scared of me, all right, at all. I decided not to name it, so parting ways won't hurt so bad, because felines are not bad at all. They are just dumb. Huh? Ah, that's right. That's what you said at that time. Wait, is that the reason you nominated me as the new president? Up until the end, you were just an obnoxious guy. You even came to my dream at the perfect timing. So they came to turn over the baby chick or whatever. 1 week after it hatched, we gave it to the police after it grew strong enough to go outside. Please take it to a better place. Sure. Take care of yourselves. Then Bill went back to check on it. I want to remember its face. Remember for what? I'll become a chicken. It'll become a chicken anyway that would not even recognize it. It's not about that. What a weird week. I think you should stop going back to the back alley market for now. Even if I go back to the back alley market, I will never eat chicken. Such shabby words. What if I go into the back alley market? I will never eat chicken. Don't raise the red flags. You will still go there. That is. Bill Senpai, want to have soba for lunch? I would never eat soba either. I don't want any more. Bill the filthy cat is making the first steps towards becoming a real man as the club president. Probably. That was a nice chapter, man. That was a really nice chapter. It really didn't have much going on with the other two chapters because that was mainly about Jack and Legacy kind of just, hashing out their problems. But this one was a nice change of pace, man. There was something that we got to focus on, another character that we haven't seen in a while, which is Bill. We got to see Aoba and Pina, and we see that Bill is kind of, revering himself about going to the back alley market now because he had a shock egg and then he ended up raising it, and now he kind of feels a little perturbed, if you will. So, but he said he may even go back to the back alley market, but he will never eat chicken or soba again. That's permanently scarred in his brain that he's never going to eat either of those again. I felt like this chapter was really good. Those other two chapters with Jack and Legacy were great, and I'm glad that Jack didn't kill himself, and I'm glad that Legacy and Jack kind of got back together. And the information we got about, the Carney Herbert War, all of that was nice and cool. I really enjoyed that. But I think I really like this chapter so much more, man. This chapter was way better in my opinion, and it brought a lot of things to the table that you can really enjoy and kind of get engrossed in. And we get to see Bill stepping into those shoes as the new drama club president and seeing now how he's gonna act now that he kind of revered himself a little bit towards the back alley market and chicken and live animal meat or whatever. So I really want to see how that plays out. They may not focus on it anytime soon, but it was such a nice thing to focus on that in this chapter. It was a really great chapter. This your boy Dick Incredible, man. Don't forget to smash the like button till you can't smash any more. Comment down below and I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of them and subscribe, but only if you really want to, man. Remember, the anime matters, anime is greatness, and anime is life, and manga matters as well because Beastars made it so, man. Peace out.
I cannot complain because today, yeah, I'm doing my